Hey Virgo, bottom of the deck, Two of Swords, a decision. She has a blindfold on though. This is a cool card. There's this raven. I can't tell if it's a crow or a raven. To me, she's really going inside and like tapping into her intuition or her practice. She's practiced these darts so much that she can do it by feel. Like she doesn't even need her sight to do it. Yeah. So there's something that you are sort of an expert at, that you've practiced so much that you can just trust yourself to do it. If that makes, let's keep reading. I'll see how that comes out. That's an interesting message. Four of Wands, celebration, completing a milestone, graduating, getting a certificate, getting a house, getting married, moving in together, whatever direction that takes, an anniversary, any sort of major milestone in life. It's a card that signifies a very strong foundation. So let's keep reading. So let's see the focus. The Emperor and the Lovers. Whoa. So some of you may have just gotten married or just met someone at a wedding. Maybe you went to, or at some other party. Maybe you met someone. So there's some influence in your life that's, with the Lovers card, this is like a, the Emperor has some sort of power, quote unquote power in his position. So whether he's like owns his own business or he's going to be a VP, a director, a manager, something, he's going to be in a position of power and has the ability to make decisions and sign for things and all that stuff. The Emperor energy for me tells me that, he needs to make everything I just said, decisions and things like that, and tell people what to do. And, he has to put himself out there really, because not everyone's going to be happy with decisions the Emperor makes. And he has to do what he thinks is best is to look at the entire situation, and make a decision what's best for everyone. So I'd like to apply that to our lives. And that means you can't live your life for what everyone else thinks, worrying about what everyone else thinks. You know what I mean? And we all do that and hold ourselves back because of it. We even don't date people because we're like, oh, are they cute enough? Do they have the job? A good enough job? What are people going to think? And instead of like, does this person make me happy? Are they a good match? So the Emperor tells you to make decisions based, if it's not an actual person, and I feel like it's more what I'm saying now is the energy is like, you need to make your own decisions about your job. Interesting. I didn't mean to say job, but so maybe it is about a job. Apply for management positions, even if you don't think you're qualified. That just came through. So you may make a decision that maybe your family is going to be like, what are you doing? Like what? Like it isn't what they foresaw, had planned for you, but you need to be able to make a decision and be like, I'm the one that has to live with the consequences of what my major is in school, where I move, what I do. And it's not that you don't appreciate their wise counsel, but just be careful that you're making decisions that are right for you for the long run, because you're the one that's going to wake up 10 years down the road and you're either going to be happy where you are or resent that I'm not happy because this isn't what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? So having that strength of character to be authentic and to make the decisions in your life that are best for you and that you're still moving forward that with your plan. Look at this cute little, look at the little cat heart with their tail. Yeah, the lovers, yeah, the lovers, it's a beautiful relationship. It's also a card about choice, and it can come up in situations where if you're ever having trouble trying to figure out where people's I don't know if loyalties is the right word, but loyalties lie or what their priorities are. Phew, that took a while to get out. Look at what they do. So if say you're in a relationship with someone, I mean they can't choose you all the time. That would be unhealthy and kind of psycho of you to expect them to always choose you. Everyone has to have their own life and their own hobbies and their independence. But if they're constantly choosing going out with their friends over you, or you know what I mean, where it's a pattern where you're like, do you even like me? Do you want to spend time with me? At the same time, if they're giving stuff up for you, it's like, wait a minute, you need to do your thing. And so it can just be like, just be conscious of that you guys are, if this isn't a new relationship with an older, more mature person, mature, not necessarily old, but, some young people can be more mature than, it doesn't have to do with age. That can be a way to just look at things and see how things, like a barometer about how things are going. On the honeymoon period, you kind of always tend to default to each other, but you don't want to make a habit of that because in the long run, that might actually turn out to be unhealthy, if that makes any sense. What do you want the most? Like, what's your ideal? I always love when some horrible card comes up. No, it's a good one. Entrepreneur. This is an entrepreneur. He's creative. He often owns his own business, or if he's in business, he's like, I always say, the Steve Jobs of the world. He's the person that can get up there and get everyone excited and motivated, and he has a bit of showmanship about him. He has vision. He keeps people motivated and enthusiastic about things way after the initial excitement wears off. So, I mean, like a younger wand, they would be like, oh, I'm going to do yoga and go out and get, drop $500 at some ridiculous yoga shop and get like 2 things. And, they're going to do all this stuff and sign up for like the hardest yoga class. And it's just like, fuck this, screw this. I'm the yoga mat sits in the corner forever. He's able to, he gets excited like that, but he sticks once he's, something's excites him or inspires him, he does not quit. When everyone else is sort of over it, he's the one that keeps going. So it makes him such a good leader because he can keep people motivated long after the new car smell's gone, right? So I feel like that's what you want. You want to be able to self-motivate and have that zest for life. And it's interesting. It's a guy again. So I don't want to get too hung up on gender. So just switch the genders as suits for your how you identify. But it's a the traditional masculine energy, meaning it's more outward than inward. So that could be a male or a female or whatever you identify as. I realize I'm very stuck in the traditional sense of he, she, and so just whatever works for you in these readings is how you should go with it. and don't get hung up on the specifics, like, of what I say, the details, and get the overall general theme. Yeah, so I don't know if there are two people now that I'm sitting here thinking about it. Because you have these two people and then this lover's choice. Could be an older person, though. Huh. Let's see, in the near future. Death. Transformation. This is a great card. I know it's like, oh, death, but it's really a beautiful card. The traditional way to look at it is the caterpillar becomes the butterfly. And it's still the same being, but the butterfly will never be a caterpillar again. It's transformed. And this can show up in many ways. I like to use the example of my mom, who in her 40s just decided to start running. But it wasn't just like, oh, I'll give it a try. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to be a yoga person, gives it a try, and then goes to one class and that's it. Like, she was like, I'm going to, like, something in her brain. It's like, I'm going to run. She's 76. She runs every day. So it's just like, it's something that's going to stick. You have this Steve Jobs type enthusiasm for it, and you're going to, and there can be times where like I was telling you guys, I started this tarot business 18 years ago, really. And it was just always in the background. I always kept my domain name, even though it's kind of a sucky domain name. Always, because I knew someday I would do something. And it's still developing, and who knows what will happen to it and how much time and energy I'll put into it. But so it's something like that. Even if it's not in the forefront right now, it's still in the back of your mind. You're still working on it. And you can be working on things like that forever. I mean, and it's okay. It's like, don't let the candle go out. Now I feel like this candle it made me look at the candle. There's like nothing in there. Just keep it going. Keep the, what's it called? The pilot light going. Okay, I'm getting off on weird stuff. Overall, 6 of Swords. Getting away from a stressful situation. And the 7 of Wands. This reminds me of that bear energy. Standing up for yourself. This isn't, don't allow people to get you defensive. A lot of people like to say no is a complete sentence. I always say no thank you, because, it's a little nicer. Not that I'm a super nice person, but it's like, no thank you. Appreciate it, but no thank you. You don't need to then go, I mean, I really would, but blah, 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 and like go on, like, no. If people who can't accept a no, they've got other agenda items that really have nothing to do with you. They got their own stuff going on. So if you've been feeling super stressed lately about something, like, that is changing. You are moving into something more stable, or you're getting away from drama, basically. And the full moon, so around the 15th, could be a timing for you that something new starts. You could be moving, traveling. This is definitely, usually it's a boat. It's definitely travel. Oh, they're on a broom. Brooms look super uncomfortable. There's a couple people on, so I don't know if you're moving with someone, but you're sort of leaving something behind. Yeah, the transformations, I mean, that can be metaphorical or literally like moving. But like something, your life is changing. Something new is happening. Yeah, so I don't know, these new masculine energies here coming in. Okay, that's all I'm getting. I'm not going to keep... Oh, it's long. I'm sorry. All right, thanks, guys. See you at the next video. Take care.